A very warm welcome to our coverage of the AFC Champions League Two match day number 6, the final round in the group phases. We're at the matchday Bandaraya Petaling Jaya Stadium, MPPG Stadium, just outside Kuala Lumpur, but we are in Selangor, who are bottom of the group and are already eliminated. The story that we're following today, though, is to see if Lion City Sailors can repeat what they did last year, a win on the last day of the group stage to eliminate Persib Bandung from this AFC Champions League Two. Lion City Sailors then went on all the way to the final, which they lost to Sharjah. High humidity tonight, 80% humidity, 27 degrees, so cool enough for the players to enjoy this. Busy time for Lion City Sailors. They were on the road in Bangkok last week in the ASEAN Club Championship, AFC Champions League 2, and the weekend they have a Singapore Cup semi-final first leg against Balestier Khalsa. As for Selangor, well, they are trying to rescue a season. Struggling in 4th place in the Super League. Eliminated in this competition, second, or in a very tough group in the ASEAN Cup, and also eliminated in the semi-final stage of the Malaysia FA Cup. It has been a frustrating season, as they so often are these days for Selangor, who they've got 7 Malaysian top division titles to their name, but the most recent of them was a decade ago. Lion City Sailors under new ownership, very aggressive in this market. They're looking to make a big statement on the world of football. The progress through to the AFC Champions League 2 final last year, a season when they also won the Singapore League and Cup double, means that things are going pretty well. And a little knot of fans have travelled far and wide this season to enjoy it. And there is the team are hoping for something of a miracle. They must win, basically. No two ways about that. They must win, and then they must hope that Persib Bandung are beaten at home by Bangkok United. We'll keep a close eye on that particular match as they go through, as the players just wait in the tunnel here at the 25,000 capacity MPPG Stadium. It was built for Commonwealth Games in 1998, opened in 1996, so approaching the 30-year mark. Injured absentees for Lion City Sailors. Leonard T, who's got himself several important goals so far this competition, he's not made the journey up. And also a bit of inter-club news. Safwan Baharudin's loan from Selangor to Lion City Sailors has come to an end with a mutual agreement that he will return to Selangor, although he's not in action tonight, Safwan Baharudin. The warm-up coming here. Selangor's record not been a good one in this competition. 4-2 defeat against Bangkok United here. They lost 4-2 in Singapore when Anderson Lopez scored all 4. They lost 2-0 in Bandung against Persib, and then 3-2 versus Persib here when they led 2-0 and conceded goals in the 81st and 97th minute. A freak result, freak performance, which really put Persib in pole position in this group. They got a good draw at Bangkok in their last match, where Krigo Moraes, who was their top scorer with 4, was on target for a 94th minute equaliser. So for Selangor and Christophe Gamel, it's all about experience. For Lion City Sailors, they are hoping, beyond hope, that a dream will come true and they can continue their AFC Champions League 2 dream. But the stadium MPPJ in Kelana Jaya in Selangor, it is the Red Giants of Selangor in red versus the visitors from Singapore, Lion City Sailors. Lion City Sailors' record so far, they drew 1-1 with Persib, had that 4-2 victory in the return match against Selangor. Lost home and away against Bangkok United, and then They scored a 3-2 victory over Persib, coming back from 2-1 down to give themselves an outside chance. But it does rely upon Persib not getting a result against Bangkok United. AFC Champions League Two competition anthem being played, rattling around this stadium, which has been renovated in recent seasons to accommodate the homecoming of Selangor, who themselves are having a new stadium built. And the talk of Lion City Sailors will have a stadium built. These are two ambitious clubs, as football in Southeast Asia takes on a newer look. Several superstar clubs, the likes of Buriram and Johor Darul Taksim, are leading the way. Lion City Sailors and Selangor want to be part of that kind of group. And success in this competition is important. Success impossible for Selangor, but crucial experience can be gleaned from these kinds of games against top quality opposition. As I say, for Lion City Sailors, the dream is that they can somehow get through this group and maybe repeat their heroics of the 2024-25 season. Kalamullah Al-Hafiz and Faiz Halim, rather dwarfed by the giant figure of Ivan Susak as he goes past. Return for Ramsala, and look out for Maxime Lestienne. He scored a screamer last week in Bangkok in that ASEAN Club Championship. As for Selangor, well, they're in goal-scoring form, and Krigo Moraes in particular in goal-scoring form. He scored a hat-trick in a 5-1 win at Penang in the week, and he leads the line in what could be a 3 at the back, which is often what Christophe Gamal does, or it could be a 4-3-3. Picha Outra retains his place in the centre of midfield alongside the Jordanian international Noor Al-Durabde. Selangor fourth in the current domestic league. Be looking to improve in the second half of the season. They've got a crucial match early on in the year against Johor Darul Taksim in the league, which will give us an idea on how far they progressed, as the giant Bailey Wright joins Hiroki Kasahara, 36-year-old from Fukuoka in the south of Japan, who's just back from the Under-17 FIFA World Cup, where he was the Japanese representative on the official stage. Faisal Halim, glad to see he's really right back in good form for Selangor. Lion City Sailors make a couple of changes from the team that played in Bangkok and let slip a 2-goal lead. Rui Perez comes back in the heart of midfield. And also Bart Ramsala is coming in up front. On the bench, it's all Singaporeans. They've got 1 or 2 injury issues, but there's still firepower on the bench. The likes of Shao Lamwa and Chris Van Huysen, experienced Singapore internationals. Anderson Lopez, a $2 million signing from the J-League, really put Selangor to the sword. Last time that they played, he scored all 4 goals in the 4-2 victory, and that travelling knot of fans who've come up from Singapore, up the North-South Highway, they'll be hoping that he can repeat that at the very least. Mamadou Diarra returns after suspension for Selangor, and the Senegalese-born centre-back will have the job of coping with the power and the pace of Anderson Lopez. Ivan Susak keeps his place. He's the regular number 1 now, even though on the bench is Izwan Mubad, the man who's likely to be Singapore's number 1 at the Asian Cup, for which they have qualified. Malaysia still have hopes of qualifying for the Asian Cup in Saudi Arabia, and Faisal Halim hopes to be part of that. For now, the attention is on the AFC Champions League Two. Selangor's recovery, building for next year, building for the rest of this season. Lion City Sailors hoping to progress. Remarkably, these two giant clubs have only met once in competition, competitive competition before. That was in this season's AFC Champions League, despite the close proximity. AFC Champions League Two, Lion City Sailors in white, travelling up north to Selangor. We're just outside the capital city of Kuala Lumpur. We are in Selangor though, that's a big state in its own right. This is the temporary home of Selangor FC, the MPBJ Stadium. Curious to see if they're going to go four at the back or whether Ndenge is going to drop in as an extra centre back. There is the German, big powerful man. It does look like they're going to go four at the back. They so often go three at the back as Susak is forced into a hurried clearance. Stooping challenge there from Abu Al-Hadi, the Jordanian left back. Persib versus Bandung going on at the Persib versus Bangkok going on at the same time. Very interesting. Both teams so often play three at the back. Both have adopted for a back four for today. This is Mamadou Diarra forward, looks for the power of Krigor. Well, a signing. Krigor's been 19 goals in 22 games for Selangor since signing from Buriram. Here's Maxime Lestien, Ramsalar. Those two combine nicely. Diogo Costa on this left-hand side. Quinton Cheng gets the block in. That's going to be a good battle between Costa and Cheng. Both like to get forward. Both can be got at defensively. So it's Dakovic and right with Ndenge just in front of them. Diogo once again. It's not the best of clearance, bit of miscommunication, falls to Ramsalar, and Ramsalar tries the shot, which is right down the throat. Kalamullah Al-Hafiz. Christophe Gamel is the head coach of Selangor. Took over in the middle of the season. To mixed results, it must be said. Croatian tries to sweep ball over by Noor. Ndenge settling into football. Came as a highly rated player from the, well, he made his name in the German league. He came from Switzerland, and that's a lovely little give and go. Lestien. Lopez in the middle. Lestien is very much wants to get it onto his left foot. Abu Al-Hadi will be aware of that. American born, Jordanian international. First corner. Ndenge is a threat. Bailey Wright is a threat as well. Not the tallest team, Selangor. Pichardri was who made the clearance. Picha follows forward. Song Woo-young. Ndenge. Alexander Rankovic was rewarded for the success of last year with a new 2-year contract at Lion City Sailors. Picha does well. Just gets away from Rui Perez. Referee's going to have a word. Is it a yellow? Just a warning for Rui Perez. He's on 2 yellow cards already in this competition. Four 5-1 when defending for Lion City. Cheng. Faisal coming in at the back post, catches it cleanly on the volley. Can't keep it down. Quentin Cheng looks up, he picks out Faisal Halim. Thumps that one. Has got a goal he scored in the first game against Lion City Sailors. Song tries to go down the right hand side. Quentin Cheng. Oh, Lena a little bit short, the Malaysian international. No. Noor and Lena in the heart of midfield really is the combination that seems to work best for Selangor. Kyrie loses out. Diarra just sweeps up before Ndenga can cause any real problems. No, Al Rabda. Lovely ball, out finds Quentin Cheng. Little give and go with Makari, but Quentin's cross too close to Ivan Suzak. Nice little combination. That's what I mean by him getting forward, and that battle against Diogo Costa is going to be a fascinating one. Abu Al-Hadi. Mena fires one into Makari Ajmal. Couldn't quite take it in. Mestien. Perez available. That's a poor one, and Krigor Moraes can drive forward. Perez has done well, recovered from his own error. And Hami Shahin being trusted as an out-and-out right back, Hami, for today. Fans and Ndenga. Diogo Costa. Persib Bandung have had and missed a penalty in their match against Bangkok, as Harith Heikel just takes that away from his goalkeeper. More good work from Lestien down the right-hand side. Krigor tries to play it into Picha. Kind of plays that number 10 role, Picha. He's the roving midfielder. And no, very much the central two. Krigor again, just dispossessed by Rui Perez. It looked a calming influence. Ramselaar leaves it for Diogo. Diogo Costa just tries to play it into Perez, who gives a thumbs up. Third match in this competition, 2 defeats for so far for Selangor here. 4-2 when Bangkok visited. 3-2 disastrously when Persib Bandung came along last time. Ami to Bailey Wright, across to Datkovic. A very muted atmosphere. There's real disquiet at Selangor that they're not up and challenging at the top level. They're the most decorated club in Malaysia. Their glory days are a long time behind them. Tong Young as Man City Sailors come forward. Datkovic. Ajmal doing the closing down on Diogo Costa. Then got nowhere to go. Ramselaar dropping deeper and deeper just to try to make something happen. Sprinting out wide, that's a decent ball. Lestien. Lestien goes on the outside. That's a drop for Kalamola. Launches it long. Hugo has got the power. Susak has the ball. Missing one or two key personnel, including Leonard T. Lestien puts an awkward ball in, and Diarra stooping to make the clearance. Hugo, confident and full of power, and has the shot. Hugo. Susak decides he has to get down to save. Not sure of his footing. I don't think he's sure of his positioning either. Here's the goalkeeper. Hugo, confident, very, very high. Now the goalkeeper's really got to put it wide. It did look like it was drifting wide, but nonetheless it's a corner. Faisal hoists it high. Diarra's there, gets it above Datkovic. That's comfortable for Susak. Barely right. Australia very much the leader at the back for Lion City Sailors. Key signing for them. Lestien gives the ball away. Anderson Lopez has hardly been in the game. In fact, I can only think of a touch that he's had in this opening 13 minutes. Diarra, Harith Heikel, 23-year-old local boy. Diarra from Grenoble, looking in for Lena. Cheng. And in that mini battle, Quentin Cheng is, I think, ahead on points, ahead of Diogo Costa. He's won a second corner. It's a lovely take. Costa does well. You can see the pitch is very soft and the grass is flying. He's the dead ball specialist. Heikel can often find himself in a bit of space. Go for the number 55 as that doesn't come anywhere near, and Faisal Hali in for the second time. Fires a shot way over the crossbar. Remains goalless, 15 minutes in. Minutes in, Persib nil, Bangkok United nil as well. See, finds Bailey Wright. Not a lot of movement ahead for Wright. It's Hami. happy just to play things safe. Dunga. Costa. Lovely ball around the outside. Diogo Costa. Gary does just enough. Krigo's strong. Suzak has to deal with this. He'll be under a bit of pressure from Picha. Picha scored in that 5-1 league win against Penang at the weekend for Selangor. Faisal Halim onside, and Faisal faced by Bailey Wright, and still Faisal. Diogo Costa with an excellent block. Danger's not over. Krigo this time. And Krigo with a second chance. And the goalkeeper nearly spills it. Grabbed it at the second attempt. Thrilling run from Faisal Halim. And then when he broke out, Krigo cuts inside Song. The goalkeeper nearly puts that back into the danger zone. Goes past Bailey Wright. Went past Stankovic, and it needed the left back, Diogo Costa, to come over, make an excellent break, as Anderson Lopez is denied with the near post. First glimpse of goal for the talismanic Brazilian. Mistake coming in from Diarra. Kalamullah had his handles right. Once upon a time, part of the national setup. Kalamullah Al-Hafiz. They do have a strong quartet of goalkeepers, Selangor. The Man City Sailors similarly well endowed. But there aren't that many professional clubs in either country, which is one of the problems. Lestien. Lovely ball into the middle, dealt with by Quentin. Krigo loses out to Diogo, who's been very much involved. Ramsala. To the far post, Lestien was there, and Abu Al-Hadi decides safety first. Curled in, the header from Lopez. Didn't quite get the full forehead onto it. But they are a big team, Lion City Sailors. Right to target, Lopez gets in there. Ahead of Diarra. Seeing a lot of the ball. Song Ryong. See the number 10 part Ramsala. He's just trying to find that space in behind the midfield, behind the holding two of Selangor. Nolan Lena very conscious of Bart Ramsala. There he is on the ball now, just trying to make things happen, find a little bit of space that he can turn into. Lopez, Lestien. Again, loves to come in on that left foot, Lestien. Conte was clipped. Krieger helps it back to Makari Ajmal. Minutes played. Better chances have gone to the team in white. Here's Lestien once again. Wants a push, doesn't get it from the Japanese referee. No VAR today, by the way. So the officials are in control. Here's Noah Lena. Spreads it out wide. Quentin Cheng, always eager to drive forward. Picha, Quentin, and 3 of that battle between the Malaysian international and the Portuguese-born fullback. That looks like a... I'm wondering if that's Quentin just landing on him inadvertently as he steps over him, or whether it's grass burn. Two good athletes, though. You can see them running 1,500 meters pretty quickly, both of them. Nora Abde just eased off the ball comfortably by Bailey Wright and Tony Datkovic. A reliable Croatian, able just to take things on. It is an almost ever present in all competitions this season. Hami. Right again. It's a game that Lion City Sailors must win if they have any chance of progression. Coming forward once again, Diogo versus Quentin. Lopez just can't get there. And Denga, good save. Diogo Costa, second chance to get the cross in. Push backwards, comes the back post. Lestien can't control the volley. Denga on the edge of the penalty area. Kalamulla saw it comfortably, beats it away, and then when the ball comes over to Maxime Lestien, he's good enough to control that half volley. Very difficult though it is. There's the first ball, comfortable enough for Kalamulla. As I say, he's one of 4 very good goalkeepers they've got on the books at Selangor. Krieger again drives away from Rui Perez, feeds Faisal. 2 in the penalty area for Faisal. Bailey Wright is the man who gets in front of Picha though. No Lena. Abu Al-Hadi. It's right place, right time. When he finds Diarra. Bukhari. Krieger and Faisal in the penalty area. Has done well. Quentin Cheng to Makari Akmal. Diogo is there. No, Mamsalah picks out Hami. Fullback's allowed to come beyond the halfway line, plays the ball into Lestien. That's good progression. And Lestien, his favourite position. Just a little push on him by Mohamed Abu Al-Hadi. Free kick on the edge of the penalty area, and this is Lestien territory. Legs taken away from him by the Jordanian. Tricky player. Kalamola has to organise the wall. Waiting for the ball to be put down first before he can organise the wall. A slight problem for Lestien and Ramselaar, who's the potential right footer. It's very, very close to the line. Getting the ball up and down from there. Take remarkable skill. Not impossible, certainly not for my team Lestien. 5 in the wall for Kalamola. Draft excluder lying down means it's 6. Keeper fairly central. That makes him vulnerable if it's hit to his right. Lestien, top of the bar. Brilliant skill from Maxime Lestien. Gone out for a goal kick. But there is the difficulty in getting it up and down, although it looks spectacular. Terrific effort though. Closest we've done. Possession given away. Muller has to belt clear. 1 or 2 groans from the Selangor faithful. Diminishing number of Selangor faithful. Support local football is the plaintive plea from the sign on the opposite stand. Fully endorsed by this correspondent. It's also up to the clubs to give the fans something to cheer about. Selangor haven't done that for a while. Right, City have. Ramselaar. Nice idea just to play the ball into him. Oh, Ramselaar, he was on his heels a little bit. In the group standings, it's Persib and Bangkok on 10 points. Lion City Sailors on 7. Selangor adrift with just the 1 point, courtesy a 1-1 draw in Bangkok. And Denga, helped up by Christophe Gamel, the French coach of Selangor. Al-Hadi's done well. Faisal to his left. Faisal looks to take on Hamid Shaheen. Faisal pulls it back to the near post, and again Bailey Wright is there. His clearance falls for Lestien. Anderson Lopez looks interested. Ramselaar, who's been given a free roll, also available. Here is Ramselaar. Lestien. Ramselaar, Lestien goes for the give and go. Looking to pull it back, and then it nearly rebounds off Ramselaar. Well, he's getting into very good positions, is Maxime Lestien. Krigo's clearance. Well, they have conceded 1 or 2 bizarre goals this season, have Selangor. Singaporean drum beat goes on. Enthusiastic and consistent backdrop. A lot of them went up to Bangkok last week. They follow them all over Southeast Asia. Yara's clearance only finds Rui Perez. Comes to Krigo. He looks a danger every time he gets on the ball. Krigo Moraes. Ramsala. It's Lestien, not quite in the way he wanted. Half an hour gone, still goalless. And City Sailors, though, have hit the crossbar and forced 3 very decent saves from Kalamullah Al-Hafiz. Ramsala. Denga up to Perez. Song. Song chases, pulls his man back. Referee plays a good advantage. Lovely ball by Noor. Looks for Faisal Halim. He's got the pace to scamper away from Hami. And picks up the return pass, Faisal. Carey, Krieger in the penalty area. Bailey Wright again at the near post. He's mopping up everything that goes near post, is Bailey Wright. Tiara. Harith looking for movement ahead of him. There's not a lot on, so here Diarra playing their own little bit of keep ball. Reina looks up. Picha. Progress it down to Quentin Cheng. Picha looks for Krigo. Davkovic is there. It's all in front of line, City Sailors. Not really causing a problem, Selangor. Nor forces the pace. On to Picha. Liner. Quentin. Cross to the edge of the penalty area. It's easily picked up by Rui Perez. And Ramsala looks for Lopez. And Lopez. Enough power to scare Diarra to just back away from him for a moment. Ramsala again. Lestien's made a great run. Instead, Ami Shahin comes in from right back. Diogo, comfortable for Kalamullah. Krigo. Faisal in the middle. Picha in support. Krigo helps it over, but that's a little bit wayward, and even McCary can't keep that one in. Individually, they've looked like they are and can be a danger, Selangor, but there's not an awful lot of cohesion. Diogo trying to steal just a little bit too much yardage. Takeshi Asada and Satoshi Michiyama are the assistant referees. The fourth official is Koki Nagamine. And Denga won 2 headers to get that clear. Ball over the top, finds Quentin Cheng. Again, Dakovic just in ahead of Mukeri. Not played a lot this season, Mukeri. Injury hit campaign, but when he's on song, they really do believe in Mukeri, Ajmal. Still only 24. Best years ahead of him if he can stay fit enough. Abwal Hadi, reliable. Either as a back 3 centre back, or as he's playing here today as a left back, looking after Maxime Lestien. Picha, signed from Wangtong last year. Selangor looking for an identity. Quiet atmosphere not helping the game either. Needs a spark. Dakovic. Dakovic looks for Diogo Costa. Across the face of goal, but Arif Haikal is there. Good defending from the Malaysian international Harith. On the bench, Christoph Gamal and Sharon Kalame, former Malaysian international centre-back and captain. Must be just a little bit alarmed at how easily they're being broken down. Ball over the top, looks for Lestien. Nearly there for Lestien. You can see that Ramsala is looking out for his North European partner at every opportunity. In Bandung, it remains Persib Bandung 0, Bangkok United 0. A draw in that game, and both are guaranteed to go through. Bangkok United already through. Even if Lion City Sailors win today, they can only get 10 points, which is the same as Bangkok United currently have. And Bangkok United have a better head-to-head record, which is how the tiebreaker is in the group matches. Here's Mukeri. Lovely ball for Picha. For Noah Mena, sorry. And Noah just couldn't take it in his stride. Excellent run from midfield, though, from the Finnish-born Malaysian international. Coming out to Lestien. Song. Lestien again. Already scored 5 goals this season. Game time has been a little bit restricted. This is just his 10th appearance on and off the bench. Tony Dakovic, more of a regular, appearance number 14 for him in all competitions. Rui Perez. Lestien on the weaker right foot. That will float out harmlessly for a goal kick. Silent Selangor Ultras making a point. They so want to get behind the club. 5 minutes to half-time. Pitcher can't quite get there. Which tidies up so well. He and Bailey Wright. Really strong combination. Wright just plays the ball into Songhui Young. Song looks out once again to Lestiem. A little bit lazy, a little bit short, and Noor can get there, and Noor can maybe break. Again, he looks up. There isn't a real pattern of play obvious. Pitcher went long, came short, the ball went long. More frustrated. Perez, nice ball. Diogo helps it in, it's just above Lopez. Dunga gets there first. STM has to go backwards. City Sailors edging this game on points. Lovely ball inside to Ramsalar. Gets the wrong side of Noor. Lestiem, 2 in the penalty area. One is Anderson Lopez. Diarra knocked out by Quentin Cheng. Clears up the danger for Selangor. The Red Giants looking to strike before half-time, but Dakovic is there stretching. Good defensive clearance. Drumming is coming from the Lion City Sailor fans. They're away. Part of this stadium. It's away to our right. Still quiet Selangor fans, mainly packed away to our left. Figo. Who's really got the energy. Plays the ball into Makary. Al-Rouabde onto Quentin Cheng. And City Sailors closing the gaps pretty well, tracking their runners. Amadou Diarra. Strangely passive game of football, particularly when you consider Lion City Sailors need the win. Quentin Cheng. Noor. Then Harith. And fires and inject a little bit of pace. It's all in front of Lion City Sailors. And the penetrative pass is tried. Dunga just gets in the way. Forced backwards by a little bit of pressure. Lion City Sailors just edge their way up the pitch. Quentin, final minute of the first half. Makary, Quentin drum. He's offside when it came. Makary just delayed, and the frustration is there from Quentin Cheng. It's tight, but a correct call. Referee blows up early for half-time. We haven't reached the allocated 45 minutes. And fans and Christophe Gamel alike are both pointing this in discrepancy out to the referee. They'd like another 60 seconds or so. The fact that that's a talking point. Referee adamant. Maxime Lestienne hitting the crossbar. Kalamo Al-Hafiz forced into several decent saves. Selangor, not an awful lot offering going forward. Half-time in this AFC Champions League 2. Can only get better in the second half. Selangor FC 0, Lion City Sailors 0. A warm welcome back to our coverage of the AFC Champions League Two clash between Selangor FC and Lion City Sailors. It's a Malaysia versus Singapore derby in inverted commas. Lion City Sailors, who made it all the way to the final of the AFC Champions League Two last year before losing to Sharjah, need a victory here and also need to see Persib Bandung lose at home to Bangkok United. Bad news on both scores is that it's goalless at half-time, even though Maxime Lestien hit the crossbar. And Persib Bandung took a lead just before half-time in their match against Bangkok United. Kawan Tanka with the goal in first half injury time, which means that Persib Bandung and Bangkok United are the likely qualifiers from this group. Selangor cannot qualify. They've not won in the 5 matches they've played so far. Okay, the quiet, deliberate silence of the supporters of Selangor in the first half. They're making their point about their frustrations about the running of the club. They want to be at the very top of the tree. Malaysian football belongs to Johor Darul Taksim, and their neighbours Kuala Lumpur City are also having a great season. Kuala Lumpur made an AFC Cup final in 2022 and are unbeaten this year in the league and above Selangor in the league. So dissatisfaction from the Selangor fans for the most part. So to a noisy backdrop, second half of this AFC Champions League 2 clash at NBPJ Stadium gets underway. Selangor in the red, the home team going right to left in this half against Lion City Sailors. Keep an eye on what's going on in Bandung. But Lion City need to win anyway. Last week in Bangkok in the ASEAN Club Championship. Teams in Southeast Asia very busy with AFC Champions League 2 and ASEAN commitments, as well as league and domestic cups to cope with. Second half. Third corner in all for Selangor. Faisal Halim to take it. Changes of personnel from either team at half-time, incidentally. Faisal finds that into Shahin. Rolena. Yara. Work. Young tries to scramble his way clear. It's fouled and free kick to Lion City Sailors. Give you the teams. Lion City Sailors, Ivan Suzak in goal. Rami Shahin right, Bailey right, Tony Dakovic and Diogo Costa along the back. Rui Perez, Si Ndenge and Song Wee-yong in midfield. Ramsalar, Anderson Lopez, Maxime Lestien up front. Here's Ramsalar. It's on Quentin Cheng, wins a corner. First of this second half, third in all for Lion City Sailors. Cheng playing it right back for Mustafa Gamel's Selangor. Harith Haikal, Abdul Diarra, Abu Al-Hadi along the back. Noah Al-Rohabde and Noah Lena. Future Outra in front of them. Kari Ajmal on the right, Faisal Halim on the left, and Krigo Morais through the middle. Some defending to do for Selangor just now. corner. Harshly cleared by Callum Muller. Not a convincing punch by the former Malaysian international. And then Ramselaar loses out. Faisal tries to bring forward. Here he is. Noro up there ahead of him. Many white shirts have got back, and a little touch back by the Jordanian international. Kasahara is the man in the middle from Japan. Rui Perez. Ami easily taken out by Harith. Legal. His first touch. Tries to play the ball in, but Bailey Wright reads those situations so well. An Australian captain, Bailey Wright, played in the Championship in England, a very physical league. He reads the game so well. Costa, Portuguese, completed his permanent move to Lion City, and he's got round the back. Forced another corner. Excellent defensive work from Quentin Cheng again. It's been an enjoyable battle to watch. Two young overlapping fullbacks. Once again, warm, but Singapore international gets to the byline, pulls back, and Denga! Super goal by Sia Denga. His first goal in Lion City colours. Lovely move from the corner. And right in front of those fans as well. No chance for Callum Muller. Really well worked on the short corner routine. Song and Ramselaar. Song's onside, pulls it back, and Siandanga coming in from about the penalty spot, rifles it home. Top shelf, top goal. Lovely play. Now the game needed a goal, and it's got a gem. Selangor 0, Lion City Sailors 1. Beautifully constructed goal. And his main job is as a destroyer. I've been glimpses of him certainly in his early days as an attacking midfielder. Ami does well. Song, so involved in the goal, as was Bart Ramselaar. Look at Diogo now. There's a spring in the step now of Lion City Sailors. Quentin Cheng does just enough. Shoulder to shoulder, says the referee, who's tried to let the game flow. That's played down the line. Figo. Corner kick for Selangor as they try to respond. Five red shirts in the penalty area. Dunga gets there, Faisal Halim. Oh, what a block that is. As they came out, bodies throwing themselves at the ball. Linton's cross comes out to Faisal Halim once again. Well, Hadi. Jordanian connection. Shahin done an admirable job at full-back. Diarra. Lion City Sailors need to hold on for the victory. They need Persib Bandung to lose their game, which is also ongoing against Bangkok. At the moment though, Persib Bandung are leading, so the group standings as it is at the moment. Persib 13 points, Bangkok and Lion City on 10 points, but Bangkok have the better head-to-head record against Lion City Sailors. So it will be Bangkok, even if they are level on points, who would go through. Ramsala just tries to play the ball into Anderson Lopez, who made a lot of ground up to catch up. Behind that Persib game, Persib scored just before half-time. They also missed the first half penalty. Could change very, very quickly. They would need Bangkok to come back and score twice with Lion City. Last year, Lion City Sailors and Persib were in the same group as well. Lion City won on the last match day, Persib lost, and Lion City went through to the next round. If history to repeat itself, flag is up for offside against Faisal. Again, sharp work by the officials. Been pretty good, and they've tried to let the game flow. Yellow cards. Faisal, he's doing his best just to try to get Selangor back. Potentially such a huge club, Selangor. Only 3 times. Malaysia Cup. Song Guiyang just showed too much of that to Picha Outra. Molena, Picha. Faisal. Off the ball by the much bigger Dunga. Complains about that, but he can't complain about the scoreline. The fact that he scored the gem of a goal. From the Selangor fans, not really in support of the team. And a little bit of Bella Ciao, the protest song earlier on. To give you a literal translation in Bahasa of what they're saying. But Quentin Cheng trying to get them onside. Noor Al-Rabden wriggles in, and Suzak is able to just drop on the ball. A relatively comfortable game. Ivan Suzak. taking a knock there. Fits in nicely to this four-man back four. He's a reliable performer. Hammy can play in central midfield as a wing back. Or on the right-hand side, even as a right winger on occasion. Those who gives you 6.5 or 7 on 10 every performance. Christophe Gamel has work to do. He knows his team can't progress in this competition. Somehow he's got to win these fans over again. Recent results that have gone against Selangor. The game here against Persib Bandung when they led 2-0. Let in a bizarre 97th minute winner against them to lose 3-2. They also had a very traumatic time when, with the stadium closed to fans, an FA Cup semi-final second leg against Sabah went to penalties. Selangor lost that. Trying times for the fans and the management, and the players have just got to try and work their way through this. There is quality there. Quentin Cheng can play as he tries to ping one over to Faisal. We know that Faisal can play, and Krieger's scoring goals, and McCary is also a highly rated player. Just trying to put it all together for Selangor. Kiara, Carey to Quentin Cheng, Liner. It's hit an arm potentially. Right into the midriff as the referee had a perfect view of that. There is no VAR. It was who put his body on the line. And if anyone's capable of getting Selangor out of this mess, it's Krieger Moraes. He scored effectively a goal a game since he came down from the Thai leagues. An hour played. Selangor 0, Lion City Sailors 1. Cracking goal. 5 minutes into the second half. Short corner routine, creating space for Si Ngange to crack home a beauty from inside the penalty area. Hami. Hugo. Diarra athletic enough to stoop down and make that save. Ngange looks to be a real powerhouse. Suzak at 6'5". Tall, commanding goalkeeper, although you can see his coach not too pleased with the distribution there from Ivan Suzak for the Croatian contingent. Had his second pass, was picked out by Hami. This breaks to Ramsalar, and Lopez, reminder, scored 4 goals when the teams met at Bishan Stadium. Quentin Cheng. feature. Carey, who came through the youth ranks at Selangor. They do have a vibrant youth progression. Gareth Heichel's another who came through that route. Yada. Feature. Carey as well. It's for Quentin. Quentin Cheng, ooh, right into Diogo. No sympathy from Quentin Cheng. He'll know that Diogo has put his family jewels on the line. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oof. It'll take a good few minutes for the pain to go away for Diogo. Quentin Cheng could show a little bit more sympathy than that. He just wants to get on with things. Diogo happily recovered. Approaching the midway point of this second half. It's still Lion City Sailors leading by that goal to nil. It's all pretty moot because Persib are still leading against Bangkok United as well. Group G this. City, ironically, have done well against Persib, which gives them the potential of going through. They got 4 points out of 6, a 1-1 draw in Bandung, and a 3-2 win. Those 2 defeats against Bangkok really hurting them. And Picha can't keep that ball in play. Lopez, flag stays down. Lestien, he's got Ramslaw available. Lestien might go on his own. Runs out of space. Too many red shirts back. Lopez was late arriving. Lestien is often a lot more positive in that situation, but Dilid and Dalid. Harry, grabbed it. They do defend well as a unit, do Lion City Sailors. They rely upon the expertise of Lestien and Lopez, Ramsalot, their attacking prowess. That's just deflected over the top from Faisal, found a little metre or two of space on the edge of the penalty area. Defending once again from Diogo Costa. To be a good signing, Diogo. Third corner of this second half, 5th in all for Selangor. Diarra tries to get there, Faisal. Referee in Faisal's way, gets the shot. It's comfortable for Suzak. referee. It's the man whose goal separates the team. Dunga. We've had an awful lot more of the ball in this second half. They're not exactly threatening. Ball possession. Selangor had more shots, 11-7, but only 2 of them on target. Lopez. Playing within himself, Anderson Lopez. SDN. Salah gets a second break. It's for Lopez. Well, eventually finds Quentin Cheng and he hits the ball high into the Selangor sky. Dakovic, aware of the power of persistence of Krigor, does that well, the Croatian. Very few negative headlines about Tony Dakovic in his season and a half with Home United, Lion City Sailors. Happy just to keep possession. Faisal, he is furious, but nobody is closing down on that right side. It's Makari Ajmal who's the target of his venom, and he's got a really good point. That's too passive from Selangor. It's Quentin finds Minor looks long ball for Faisal. Did well to jump and keep it in, and then some encouragement from his coach, Christophe Gamel. But he's trying to provide the leadership, is Faisal. Body language for Selangor. Their players, even off the back of a 5-1 win. Not great as, once again, Diogo goes around the outside. Minor into Picha. Faisal. Ball over the top of Krigor. Normally so appreciative. Attempts to play the ball in. There he comes over. Out of position. I wonder what that's about. Carrying Ajmal. He takes in a drink. Heads back and Faisal asks, do we swap? What's going on there? Just in favour of Lion City Sailors. But it's uncontested possession. That's the problem. As far as Selangor and their fans are concerned, long ball over the top, looks for Ramsalah. For right, for Rui, for the whole of Lion City. Wenger's goal was a beauty, and the effort that hit the crossbar from SDM was a beauty as well. The there's no real press coming in from the Red Giants. Salah can make a mistake and there's no jeopardy for him. But Krieger, it's a half-hearted trot towards the defender. And City Sailors can play like this all day. Up to about 18 or 19 passes without any real pressure on the ball. The challenge comes in from Harith. Faisal tries to produce a little bit of wizardry. One-on-one with Hami. Looks to go to the byline. Hami defended him really well. And a little give and go with Lestienne. An acceleration from Maxime Lestienne. Well, Hadi did well. Possession time here for Lion City Sailors. Change is being prepared for Selangor for the final 15 minutes or so. Going to see younger Omid Moussaoui. Also William Lira, Souza. No, but they've got to get hold of the ball. You can see the changes just at the bottom of your screen. And 2 attacking changes. It's going to be Bakari and Picha Outra, but there is no pressure. This is just astonishing. You can see Krieger is saying to Picha, let's push on. This is far too easy for Lion City Sailors. Krieger, right then, maybe now an injection of pace. Krieger with McCary through the middle. Krieger Moraes. Krieger. And it's comfortable for Suzak. Trusts his ability from distance, Krieger. And I have seen him score spectacular shots, left-footed coming in from that right-hand side. And here are the changes. William Lira and Moussaoui. Omid Moussaoui. Afghan international, 6 foot forward. From Kabul, but learned his football in the Netherlands and then moved on to Australia, where he played most of his football. Afghan international has picked up 19 caps for his team, and William Lira is the other man who's come on. Lira came from the Hatta club in the United Arab Emirates, but he had played for Chonburi, where he was pretty successful. Also had a short spell with Kedah. But will it make a difference? Alro Abde just tries to play the ball inside for Moussaoui. Less than 15 minutes for Selangor to try to wrest this one back. For Lion City Sailors, though, the bad news is that Persib Bandung are still leading Bangkok United by a goal to nil. If Persib win or draw, no matter what Lion City Sailors do tonight, Lion City will not be able to repeat their progress into the knockout stages that ended in the final last year for them. Bangkok United, the bête noire for Lion City. Krigo under pressure. Asked for the foul, gets the foul off Bailey Wright. It's been so important for Lion City Sailors. Himself 29 Australian caps. Spent some time with Sunderland as well as Bristol City and Rotherham United and Preston. Preston was where he made his name. Mozawi and Faisal not on the same wavelength, even on a short free kick. Quentin. In by William Lehrer. That's a good header from Lehrer, and then Faisal's cross is thoroughly disappointing. Nobody wants to do better than Faisal Halim. And nobody will give more. But even he's looking a little bit despondent with how things are going at the moment. Was looking for the movement. There was movement. Moussaoui has come on and been more energetic. Lehrer wants the cross in so we can attack him. He's a big striker, William Lehrer. Frustration continues. Well, Hadi and Nolena on the wrong page there. Change. It's going to be a negative one for Alexander Rankovic. Maxime Lestien, very much an attacker coming on. Lionel Tan, very much a rugged defender to replace him. Ami Shahin will just push forward a little bit into the Lestien position without the same threat. He's got a 1-0 lead. What happens in Bandung is out of his control. All he can do is control what happens here. The 1-0 lead and make it 6 points out of 6 for Lion City against Selangor. Ramsala. He's had a good game for Ramsala. As has the overlapping fullback Costa. The Lion City Sailors have gone back to 3 big centre-backs. And he has wing-back, so they can be at 5 at the back. To Cheng. Diarra, Cheng. More players have got to get some wins, get the crowd back on their side. Diarra, grabbed it. Moussaoui. from Asawi. Has to be careful. Lopez has got away with a push there, and Anderson Lopez can go on, and Anderson Lopez can't beat Callum Muller. Corner kick, but that did look like an obvious push by Lopez on the back of Diarra. He was right there though, happy to let that go on. Callum Muller's had a decent game, had no chance with the goal, has held capably with everything else that came through. Shao Lamar to come on now to replace Song Woo Young. Industrious performance by Song. Shao Lamar. One goal in this AFC Champions League 2 campaign. Costa. He's in, dealt with by Lear at the near post. It's a three-man collision there. I was worried initially there was going to be a jarred knee. It looks like he's taken a smack to the face, but he's down. That is Al-Rabda. He was right on spot to pull on both sets of about. Here's the goal. Lovely movement. Ramselaar Song and belted home by Ndenga. Cameroon-born German. First goal in Lion City Sailor colours. It's a goal it was too. Persib still leading by a goal to nil against Bangkok United. Goal from Ramon Tanke. First half injury time. Bangkok United already qualified. They'll be joined by Persib Bandung unless Bangkok United go into overdrive. Scored 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. Which is unlikely because Persib on a great run of form. Ramselaar. Bloodied. Full-throated Belachow has a backdrop. This one's helped the mood for Selangor. They will the fact that the cup final, Malaysia FA Cup, is going to take place very close to their home stadium. Bukit Jalil at the weekend will feature Johor and Sabah, who beat them on penalties in the semi-final. Diogo. Want to go a long way by Mazawi. It's been too easy in possession for Lion City Sailors. Krigor. He and Faisal have shown the most spirit. The ball is run back there by Diogo. More frustration as Krigor complains to the referee that he was caught on the back of his calf. So straightforward as that's played forward by Dakovic. Charles Anwar was the target. Individually, Selangor have had some bright performances. Quentin Cheng down the right, Harith Heikel at centre back, and energy from Krigor and Faisal, but collectively they haven't looked a unit, whereas Lion City Sailors certainly have. Is there a consolation of at least an equaliser for Selangor? Seven minutes of time to add on. Leaves that one for Bailey Wright. Harith. Nice composed play from Harith Heikel. Olabde, Quentin Cheng. Kind of across. Lira wants it to the back post. Tommy Shahin who concedes the corner. Sixth corner of the game for Selangor. Seven in the penalty area. Suzak is there above the much shorter Hami Shahin. Decent ball whipped in from Faisal. And then Mazawi. Good defending from Hami Shahin. He has played well at full-back, Hami. And that's composed play. Minutes to try to rescue something. No, Abu Al-Hadi. It's comfortable for Dakovic again. Once again, Lopez able to bully Diarra. He's on his own, Anderson Lopez. Still on his own, Anderson Lopez, and stiff-armed away by Harith Heikel. That's a yellow card and a free kick. Gets away from Diarra and absolutely blocked off. A free kick in a nice area. No Lestien on the pitch though. I think that Lestien would fancy it if he was on the pitch, as Harith picks up the first yellow card of the game. Two Portuguese, Rui Perez and Hugo Costa. Might fancy this. It's central. Bender, of course, as a left footer. Upslar is the other. Siendenga. Whip on the ball, but get it up and down. such a difficult skill. Over the wall. Right, coming the other way, Quentin Cheng drives forward, wins a corner. Isla Mazawi maybe trying to work a short corner. 4 of the 7 minutes added on have elapsed. Here is the big target. Diarra and Harry Keichel also in the penalty area. And it comes to Diarra. He puts it out for a goal kick. Selangor chasing an equaliser. Won't make any difference to them. They are chasing. Army under pressure does well. It's always made a difference, and Grigor is there. And still, Grigor narrates, and Grigor can't find the top corner. The space opened up in front of the Brazilian. It's the right idea to go for that top corner because there was no obvious red shirt available to pick out. Man City Sailors have bodies back. It's just a whisker away. Arnold Tam falling over to create the space. Two changes for Lion City Sailors just to see out this game. Abdul Razak comes on for Bar Ramsala. Also Akram Azman. I suspect for Hami Shahin. Only keeping Akram out of that right wing back position. Good performance by Hami. Akram will get an appearance bonus, even if it's only 60 seconds. Percy Bandung have beaten Bangkok United. So Lion City Sailors, even with victory here, will be eliminated from this season's AFC Champions League Two. Selangor already eliminated. But from this group, Group G, it's going to be Persib as group winners and Bangkok United who finish ahead of Lion City Sailors because of their better head-to-head record in the 2 matches between the teams. Lira's header came on as a late substitute. To look to the second half of the season. And for the Malaysia Cup, well in the ASEAN Club Championship, improve in the league, qualify for Asian competition next year as well. That will be the target. Now header. Dunga is the match winner today. Has put in an energetic performance in midfield. Final whistle goes at the MBPJ Stadium in Kelana Jaya. It's finished Selangor 0, Lion City Sailors 1. Persib Bandung have also won. So Lion City Sailors are eliminated from the competition that they went all the way to the final 2 last year. And Selangor's season of woe continues. A clean sheet for Ivan Suzak. see Ndenga with the only goal of the game 5 minutes into the second half. A really well-worked corner routine. The Lion City Sailors, the better team. They had the better chances, they hit the bar, they forced Callum Muller into more saves than Suzak had to make. For Selangor, it's a difficult time in their season and they need to build on it, but for Lion City Sailors, okay, let's see if they can move on in the ASEAN Club Championship and domestically into 2026. So a win for Lion City Sailors, and ultimately elimination for both of these clubs. Malaysia and Singapore eliminated from Group D. Thailand through Bangkok and Indonesia through Persib Bandung progress. Tough backdrop for Selangor. They end up winless after 6 matches as they're beaten here at the MBPJ Stadium. It's finished Selangor FC 0, Lion City Sailors 1.